For many Americans, specifically Trump supporters, socialism is the worst thing that they can imagine. But imperialism, apparently they're totally fine with it. Don Jr., along with Charlie Kirk, of all people, recently took a trip to Greenland as part of a PR move to show Americans that Greenlanders really love the United States, so much so that they want to be a part of it.
It needs security for itself, but it also needs security very much for the world. The location really, you see the people and the ships sailing around, and they're not the right ships, and they're not the ships you want to know about. So we need security, and our country needs it, and the whole world needs it.
Yes.
You're so strategically located.
Yeah.
So it's really imperative.
You're right.
You guys like that, right?
Pictures from the trip showed Greenlanders smiling with the pair, sporting red Maga hats. Why would they have those red Maga hats in the first place? That is a great question. Here's a post from Ron Filipkowski on X showing Don Jr. posing with MAGA Greenlanders holding an American flag. According to Danish reporting, many of the people wearing MAGA hats in Don Jr. and Charlie Kirk's Greenland videos were homeless rounded up from the area, including one man they found under a bridge to come into the restaurant for a photo op and a free meal. Others have confirmed that the visit and the photos that emerged from it were staged, including a Greenlandic MP, Pipaluk Ling. She mentioned that locals were flipping off Jr. and Kirk and that they were posting messages on social media saying, "Yankee, go home." She also said no journalists were allowed to interview him. It was all staged to make it seem like we, the Greenlandic people, were MAGA and loved to be a part of the USA. Local media also confirmed that those crisp red MAGA hats were distributed to people prior to the photo shoot. Kirk left that part out when he claimed that he and the president-elect's son were met by hundreds of people in MAGA hats in the streets of Nuuk, people that love America, that want to be a part of America. But Ling says that Greenlanders are hardly interested in becoming a part of the United States. She told Politico, "We know how they treat the Inuit in Alaska. Make that great before trying to invade us." I can't imagine what it must be like for Greenlanders to see two American white dudes, particularly these two American dudes, trying to actively colonize them in 2025. And Ling was right to bring up the way the Americans have treated the indigenous peoples of the lands that they've conquered in the past. To this day, the Native American population in our country, what's left of them, are underrepresented in government. They've been relegated to reservations that keep getting smaller and smaller in size over the years. They have less economic and political opportunity than most, and they have rampant health concerns that are more pronounced within their communities than others. The Native Alaskans of today have some of the highest rates of alcoholism and diabetes in the country. Similar statements can be made about the natives of both Hawaii and Guam. And make no mistake, Trump's interest in Greenland is no different from the colonizers of centuries past interests in places like India, Southeast Asia, and China, the Caribbean, all of the Americas, and all of Africa. And imperialism never went away over the years. Many European countries still have holdings abroad. The US certainly does, not to mention we stick a military base anywhere we're able. But aside from that, we are capitalists, aren't we? Capitalism is very imperialistic in the sense that it encourages the acquisition of properties in order to acquire the assets that come with those properties. Entrepreneurship 101. The initial goal is to build and run a business, yes, but the bigger and more aspirational goal is to build up a business just enough that a bigger business acquires it. You sell your business so you make money from the sale, but the bigger business that acquired you no longer has to worry about any competitive threats that your business may have posed. They'll get to acquire a fully developed and functioning infrastructure, and they'll get to profit from economies of scale. Once the acquisition happens, though, you are out of the picture. You have no further say in the mission of the business, let alone the legacy of it. You have no control over how the workers are treated. If you're lucky, they keep you on as a board member or something like that, but often it's just an ornamental position. The ones doing the acquiring, though, those are the real kings of capital. They're the real winners of this insane system that only ever values or recognizes upward movement, bigger and better. So these companies just acquire and acquire company after company, gobbling up competitors, eliminating laissez-faire checks and balances that would otherwise be imposed on their business. Now they use their immense wealth to purchase political influence within governments, and the governments support whatever these companies want because business is business and business is good, the bigger the better. Imperialism is the exact same thing, but just with physical land. Nations are acquired instead of small businesses. Entire cultures are swallowed up within the empire. Natural resources are exploited to serve the empire, the profits of which are hardly given back to the land that they came from. The people, who may have once benefited from a smaller governing zone, become overlooked by an empire that doesn't have the time, energy, or interest to take care of them. The people don't matter. The people weren't the motive. The people only matter as much as they can help to extract whatever resource the empire was actually after. Trump has never said why he wanted to acquire Greenland, but there are two leading theories. The first is that he wants the abundance of natural resources that lie beneath Greenland's ice sheet. Most likely, he wants it because Elon Musk wants it. The other theory is that he's working in cahoots with Russia, and Russia wants Greenland so that they can have easier access to Western Europe. But while Trump has never said why he wants what he wants, he has said that he wants it badly enough that he's willing to go to war with our historic and peaceful allies over it. This is a ridiculous scenario we're seeing play out, but it's not unusual. And the people doing it look exactly like the people who did it around the rest of the world. All right, that's it for me. If you got anything out of this, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks.